Today I'm very, very pleased to have with me the president of the Lake County Convention and Visitors Bureau, Maureen Riedy. Maureen has been with the Lake County CVB for the past 8.5 years. Prior to coming to Lake County, Maureen served on the Woodfield CVB. She is also the chairman of the Illinois Council of Convention and Visitors Bureau, so she comes with lots of really, really good credentials. Maureen is married and she lives in Palatine, and she is the mother of 2. When Ron, the executive director, and I did the pre-interview last week, I think both of us were pretty amazed to find out a lot more about the impact tourism has on the county than what we actually knew. I think we sort of thought we knew it all and found out in short order that we really didn't know very much at all. And so I'm going to tell you what the mission is, and then I'm going to start right in by asking questions of Maureen. The mission of the CVB is to promote Lake County as a premier destination for visitors and to enhance the economic impact of travel in the county. Currently, the Lake County CVB has approximately 200 members, all hospitality related. The Lake County CVB represents the entire county and focuses on tourism, attractions, and hotels. Now, I've been advised that the new name or the new moniker for the Lake County CVB is Visit Lake County. So you may hear Maureen referring to Visit Lake County, and you may hear me, old school, saying CVB, but they're one and the same. Okay, so good morning. Thank you very much for joining us here today. Let's dive right into the subject because, again, I think it's a lot more involved than what we know. So the CVB has been in existence for how long in Lake County?
Over 25 years.
Okay. And where does the funding come from? Tell us how this is structured and give us some background on it.
Okay. Part of the reason this CVB was founded is because the state started to provide state tourism grants. So when you stay at a hotel room, say in Waukegan, there's a state tax and there's also a local tax. So a portion of the state taxes actually goes into a pool of money that we can tap into as a certified Convention and Visitors Bureau. So we receive a state tourism grant through DCEO, the Illinois Office of Tourism. The challenge is you have to match that with local dollars to demonstrate to the state that there's a buy-in from the local communities as well as the state. So it's a great program. So there's an investment from hotel tax. So part of our mission is really to help fill the hotel rooms to again reinvest and bring more hotel tax to communities, to the county, and to the state as well.
So is there a certification process with DCEO or how does that work?
We have to apply every year for a state grant. So because we're a certified bureau and we serve all of Lake County, we're fortunate to receive one of the larger grants available because of the volume of hotel tax receipts here in Lake County. So we have to go through that process every year. In fact, we're going through that right now to receive our state grant for next fiscal year.
And what do you have to demonstrate certain measures, or is it just strictly?
You have to be able to demonstrate that you can match the grant first and foremost through your community partners and your industry partners. And you also have to put together a marketing plan or a business plan to show how you're going to expend the dollars you receive from the state. And they really want you to concentrate on sales and marketing programs that again help draw visitors into the state and help fill hotel rooms here in Lake County.
So that's a perfect segue into what I want to talk about next. And Maureen did a really deep dive with Ron and I last week on this subject. So I don't know if components is the right word, but I'll use it for lack of another term. So there are various components to the CVB that we were not aware of. So for example, there's the sports marketing component, the family reunion marketing component, group tours, mystery tours. That was a mystery. We had no idea what that was. Talk to us a little bit about that. Tell us what that all means.
Okay, we'll talk about, there's really the leisure market, which is kind of the weekend travelers or the families, and then there's the group market, which Susie's referring to. So in the group market side, there's real opportunity, particularly here in Waukegan area, with the opening of the Waukegan Sports Park. I mean, that has given us an opportunity to start to bring in some big sports groups and work closely with the Waukegan Park District to do so. And they represent a huge economic impact. You can imagine when you start to bring in a soccer tournament. For example, this June, there's a big soccer tournament here at the Waukegan Sports Park, ECNL, which is actually a national tournament, about 275 teams coming from all over the country, and they'll be staying in the Lake County area for probably over a week. So you've got all these teams, it's youth soccer, so they're gonna come here and they're gonna play a game, and then they're gonna stay in our hotels and dine here and shop and spend lots of money in Waukegan area, because that's the core, that's the headquarters area, and then all over Lake County. In fact, we have used every available room in Lake County and could probably use a few more rooms at this point, right? Oh my gosh, I wish we had more rooms to give them, because they're actually staying in Wisconsin and unfortunately in Cook County as well. But the economic impact of just that one soccer tournament will probably be well over $3 million. So a lot of that's going to stay right here in the Waukegan area. So that's just a great example of what we can do in partnership with the Waukegan Park District and really have a huge economic impact. So that's the sports market.
What's the family
reunion market? I mean, Lake County is like the ideal location for family reunions. I hope some of you have your family reunions here in Lake County, because really when you think about all the things we have to do here, I mean, Six Flags, but you also have the forest preserves and the lakes, and just great things for families to do where they could spend a week here in Lake County. So it's a really, really good market, and you know, they spend a lot of money too while they are getting together here in Lake County, and we really try and actually actively seek that business for Lake County, because we're perfect for family reunions. And then there's also military reunions, and I think that this is interesting. People don't realize that how many military reunions there are, except Heather, she knows how many there are, right? And we are able to host a lot of the Navy reunions here in Lake County because of, you know, the home of Great Lakes here. So they love to come in for about 3 or 4 days. So they're looking for a nice hotel with a hospitality room, and then just a place where they can gather. And these are all of the ships. Every ship out there probably has a Navy reunion. So we actually go to conferences and seminars and workshops and try and attract these Navy reunion groups and tell them all about the attributes of Lake County and why they should meet in Lake County. So most of these reunions meet every year, and it might be 100 people, it might be 300 or 400 people. Again, think about the economic impact of those people coming for 3 or 4 days and staying in Lake County. So we actually go to some shows, and we send out a mailer every year to try and attract these particularly Navy reunion groups to Lake County. It's a great market for Lake County.
What are group tours?
Group tours. Glad you mentioned that, because Jane Nordstrom's in the back of the audience here, and she's our group tour sales manager. And Jane does a great job, again, getting out there and actually talking to tour operators and people that can bring groups here. So there are people coming on motor coaches. They used to call them buses. We call them motor coaches now. And they could come in for a day, or they could come in for 3 days. Again, they'll stay in Lake County and spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 while they're here. But we have to actively seek that business. So Jane actually goes and makes sales calls. So she's been to Wisconsin, and she's been to Iowa, and she's been to Indiana, and she's going to Michigan to call on tour operators, or those that can, there might be bank travel groups that can come to Lake County as well in Waukegan. And so she solicits those groups. And part of it is she tries to create these interesting itineraries, because a lot of tour groups have, we've been to Lake County, or we've been to Waukegan, you know, what's new? So Jane started creating these unique itineraries, and it's things like the historic spaces of Lake County, the military spaces of Lake County, the gardens of Lake County, the mansions of Lake County, a taste of Lake County. We even have spooky spaces in Lake County, of which the Genesee Theater is included in that. So, and then if she can't get them to, you know, buy into one of these tours, she'll say, how about a mystery tour?
That's what I was going to ask you next. What's a mystery tour?
It's a way for a tour operator to bring people to a new area without really telling them exactly what they're going to see, but there's some appeal to people actually getting on a coach for a couple of days and coming on a mystery tour. It's fun for people. It's different. They don't know what to expect. And then once they see the area, then hopefully they'll come back again and again and try some of the other kinds of tours we have to offer. But it's a real opportunity for Waukegan, and groups love going to the Genesee Theater. You know, it's a jewel in Lake County, and we're lucky to have it.
So for all of these wonderful opportunities, how many of the municipalities in Lake County, of the 52 municipalities in Lake County, how many are actively engaged with the CVB?
We work with the communities that have hotels for the most part, or attractions that are of interest to visitors. So right now we work with about 12 communities that have the core of the hotels, because again, part of our mission is to bring visitors to Lake County, but also get them to stay overnight, because they spend much more money when they stay overnight in the area.
So how do you advertise? I know you had mentioned that there's what you called a seasonal advertising campaign. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, we're coming into our peak tourism season, so it's always great to talk about what's happening in Lake County this time of year. And we run a major summer campaign. And last year we went through sort of a rebranding, and we're using this theme called "Let the Ride Take You." So the idea is that the ride can take you through Lake County, and the ride can be many different forms. It could be a boat ride, it could be a jet ski, it could be a roller coaster ride, it could be a train ride. It could be just a car ride through Lake County, but it's the idea of these short excursions through Lake County, which gives you an opportunity to see many of the unique experiences that we have in Lake County. So you'll actually see, if you watch TV, you'll actually see we're going to be running TV commercials on broadcast TV in Chicago that'll, again, have this theme, Let the Ride Take You. And we'll also have digital outdoor boards. We're going to have online campaign, print campaign. We do email blasts, but it'll be a major campaign with some of our largest partners, just kind of creating the image of Lake County as a beautiful place for a short getaway. We really think we can capture people that from Chicago that perhaps would like, might be going through Lake County to Wisconsin, that maybe we can get them to stay here in Lake County for a weekend getaway.
Maureen, has the economy impacted tourism in Lake County? Because lots of people can't afford to fly or take their families on extensive trips. Right now, has it bolstered tourism in Lake County?
I think for the leisure market, we should be able to capture some of those people that don't want to maybe spend as much on gas. They may stay here, and as you said, they're taking shorter trips. That seems to be important to people, and a lot of it's kind of last minute trips. You're thinking about on Tuesday or Wednesday, oh, we should do something this weekend. What can we do? What would be fun and different? And I think Lake County's, we have a real opportunity here to get people to stay for just a short weekend getaway here in Lake County. So I think we're very optimistic that this summer, if the weather is good, that always helps too, that we should have a very strong summer season here. The other thing that's happened, and the hotels will tell you, is that the business travel is back again, which is great news. So that helps fill our hotels weekday. So you're starting to see more meetings again, more people are traveling for business. So they've got that good base of business weekdays. And where we can really make a difference is helping to sell business for the weekends and the weekend travelers. And
so I want to hold off with some of the numbers that you gave us. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But let's talk, since we are the Waukegan Chamber of Commerce, let's talk specifically about Waukegan and how Waukegan benefits from the CVB. And what does the CVB promote in Waukegan besides working with sports marketing and all the good things that the Park District is doing?
Right, we partner very closely with the Waukegan Park District. We try to promote all of the attractions, the uniqueness of Waukegan. Certainly the Genesee Theater is something we like to promote because it offers evening entertainment for visitors, and they're often looking for that. I think Waukegan also has great special events, and we really try and make the effort to get all of those events posted on our calendar of events. So if you go to our website, visitlakecounty.org, you'll see a very comprehensive listing of every event that we can find in Waukegan and around Lake County that would appeal to visitors. So we promote things like Art Walk here, again, all the things going on at the Genesee Theater, but the Park District has a lot of special events as well, but we try to promote that. I think visitors also are looking for unique restaurants, so I think there's opportunities there for Waukegan, and certainly the beauty of the lakefront offers opportunities.
One of the things that we talked about at our preliminary meeting was the fact that we have Lake Michigan, and no one else does. And it seems to me like we're missing the boat, like maybe the city should be doing more or offering opportunities for the CVB to promote more at the lake. I mean, do you work with like the Port Authority, or we have the wonderful, wonderful yacht club with great food and the best view in town? I mean, are we doing anything to promote that?
We'd love to promote lakes, water. Visitors are drawn to water. You know, I think that's a really important component of what we have here in Lake County to sell, and being on Lake Michigan offers some great opportunities here. Sure, there's probably, you know, more opportunities. We had some people stop in that I talked to at our visitor center just a couple weeks ago, and they wanted to get to where's the beach? You know, we want to get to the lake. So I was like, just keep going straight down, you know. You run into it, but I think it's whatever we can do to work with Waukegan to help promote the waterfront here. And you mentioned the yacht club and the harbor area. I think charter fishing. I mean, I think that's a great thing. We would love to even do more to promote charter fishing. They almost all stay overnight because they're going to fish early in the morning. And yeah, if we could even do more to promote that, I think we would like to. It's kind of just, you know, finding the niche and finding the right contacts to really promote these things in Waukegan.
Do you work with IBOT, the Illinois Bureau of Tourism, or how do we partner with them? I know that they're looking at the overall picture, the whole state of Illinois. But how does your CVB work with them? Because again, I keep going back to the lake, but it's like, why aren't we talking about the lake? It's, you know. Yeah,
part of our mission, and actually mandated by the state, is that we have to provide information for the state's database that goes to the Illinois Office of Tourism's website, which is enjoyillinois.com. So as a certified CVB, we provide information on all of the events and attractions in the Waukegan area and throughout Lake County. So that information is available then through the state website as well. And of course, they have resources and advertise all over the Midwest, so they're drawing people to enjoyillinois.com too. But all of our attractions and all of our special events that appeal to visitors are listed on that state website.
So what would your recommendation be in terms of how Waukegan could remain or become competitive with neighboring communities? Some of our communities, some of the communities contiguous to Waukegan have great big attractions. I don't have to name them, you all know what they are. Some of them further north, like Long Grove. I mean, Long Grove has all of its festivals and things like that. So what can Waukegan do to become more competitive? Because I think that's why everybody in the room is here, because we're all concerned about the fate of the city of Waukegan.
I think every city has something unique to offer, and I think visitors are looking for authentic experiences. So I think partnering with us, with the CVB, allows Waukegan to be to be visible and be publicized as part of that bigger experience of Lake County as a destination. And even though Six Flags, let's call it what it is, you know, is in Gurnee, you would be surprised at how the visitors that come to Six Flags spill out all over the county. And we do surveys every summer, so we know that they're getting around and seeing other things in the county. In fact, there are 4 hotels in Waukegan that are part of the Six Flags Hotel Partner Program. So they've obviously made an investment and know that visitors are spilling out beyond Gurnee. Visitors don't know city lines. They don't know, or they don't care. You know, they are here, you know, to see, maybe they're coming for Six Flags, but at the same time there's an opportunity to promote other things for them to do while they're here. And I think that's where Waukegan, by the proximity and the fact you're on the lake, offers an opportunity for people to get to the lake as well, get down to Municipal Beach, or maybe they're here on a weekend and they go to Art Walk, or they can come downtown, or, you know, experience a unique restaurant here in Waukegan. I mean, there are real opportunities, but a lot of it has to do with promoting Lake, you know, working with us, promoting Lake County, and kind of selling the whole county within that experience for visitors.
So one of the things that I'm really aware of, and I would like you to address, is that weekly, I think, the military graduates another class, and that brings thousands of people to Lake County regularly. And these are people from out of state who, again, don't know municipal boundaries, don't have a clue what Gurnee is relative to Waukegan or Long Grove or anywhere else. So how is that impacting? I would think it would have a great impact on tourism.
Yeah, we work very closely with the base. In fact, when the families of the graduates receive information for graduation, our phone number is listed for visitor information, and we actually have a special dedicated line they can call for information, and then we have a special section on our website just for the Navy families, and we work very closely with the base on promoting not only the hotels, but all the things for families to see and do while they're here. So obviously they're a huge source of room nights for hotels here in Waukegan, and we're very fortunate to have the base here. And they graduate, gosh, it could be 700 or 800 sailors, every week, year round, almost probably 48 weeks a year. So, and you've seen them all, they're around, they're around in the area.
On the weekend, anywhere around, you'll see them with their families.
So we have a very close relationship with the base and work with the Navy families coming in, and they stop in our visitor center and ask for information, and a lot of them are unsophisticated travelers, so they're looking for assistance, or they might call us before they come, and we used to get even more questions about the weather. I remember getting one question where someone said, "Do I need to have chains on my tires? I have to come in January." It was like, it's like, oh my gosh. And they asked for directions. I remember somebody said, I'm on Milwaukee's bridge and I don't know how to get to the base. I said, well, are you in Milwaukee? Or are you in Chicago? Or I'm not sure. She goes, could you put someone on the phone who knows where I am? I think she called back 4 times. But, we try to help them as best we can. Obviously, we want them to have a great experience while they're here in Lake County and talk about Lake County. And they're spending money while they're here. I mean, a lot of it's about value for them.
Let's talk about the real dollars. You gave us some numbers, and these numbers were pretty astounding. So the average spend per 2.5 people in Lake County per stay is, do you remember what you told me?
Yeah, last year our summer survey showed that the average travel party spent $368 while they were here. So if you think about how many travel parties come to Lake County in the summer, that's a lot of money. Overall, the travel spending in Lake County in 2010 was over $1 billion. So $1 billion spent by visitors in Lake County. It's a lot of money.
Real dollars.
And that's real dollars spent on, again, shopping, restaurants, hotels, entertainment, gas, everything else people are doing while they're traveling. So we actually rank 3rd in terms of travel expenditures in counties in the state of Illinois. Cook County's 1st. DuPage is 2nd by virtue of the fact that they have considerably more hotels than we do, but we're the 3rd largest county in terms of travel expenditures. And then of that travel expenditures, about 59 million is sent to the state just in tax receipts, and about 23 million stays here in Lake County in tax receipts. So it has a huge economic impact on our communities around the county and on Waukegan.
How about business travelers? What do they spend?
Oh, they spend $218 per night. So the reason business travelers spend a lot more money is because, well, they're on expense account. They tend to be here weekdays, and the hotel rates are higher typically on the weekdays than the weekends. So their travel spend is higher for business travelers. So of course that's an important component too to the economic impact of tourism is the business travelers.
So I guess when I started thinking about this, I sort of thought to myself, well, the moral of the story is we should continue to frequent all of the attractions and the special events here in Waukegan and throughout Lake County. But more importantly, we should suggest and recommend to our friends and family and our coworkers, our colleagues, that they should make Lake County their destination location, whether it's summer or winter, because we all really benefit from tourism in the county.
Actually, I think that is important, that you can be a tourist even in your own area, because there's probably hidden treasures around Lake County that you might not even be aware of. So we find, because we do a lot of social media posting, so we're on Twitter and Facebook, that a lot of the people that are following us on Twitter are actually local residents, because they want to hear about last minute specials or what can I take my kids to this weekend in Lake County. So they want to hear about those kinds of things. So I would encourage you to, if you like Twitter, you can follow us on Twitter, and Anthony Haig, our marketing manager, posts probably 5 or 6 times a day. Facebook is a great resource for last minute specials of things around the county as well. So. And I would add, we have great communication. I think we know a lot of the events happening in Lake County because we're tied into the chamber, the Main Street program. Teddy Anderson of the Waukegan Park District does a fabulous job of keeping us up to date on everything she's doing. And David Motley is on our board. In fact, he serves on our executive committee. So he's always keeping us posted on everything that's happening in Lake County.
So just a couple interesting facts. What would you say, and I didn't coach you on this, what would you say is the #1 attraction in terms of bringing people in the county? Would it be Great America or Gurney Mills, or what would you say?
Well, Great America is certainly what we call a destination driver. I mean, it's, they'll have, between 2.5 and 3 million visitations during the summer season. So, it's hard for any attraction to beat those numbers. So they're a driver, and they're an icon for Lake County, but again, I think it's an opportunity to get those people that are coming to Six Flags to see other things while they're here.
How about, what would you say is one of the #1 events? Not a destination, but an event, something that happens one time a year?
Oh, there's a lot of great
Would it
events.
be the county fair, or?
I think the county fair is a huge draw. So, I mean, they draw well. There's some parades that do well. The 4th of July at the Naval Base is a huge event. It's the one opportunity for people to get on the base. And I know John Prue really wants us to promote that 4th of July celebration, because I think sometimes people don't realize that they can, get on the base at that time of year. So the 4th of July events, there's some great parades. There's so many great special events all over Lake County in the summer. Even the farmers markets are great attractions to again, it's just another component of the collection of things we have to sell and promote in Lake County.
I would like to thank Maureen for joining us here today and providing all of this wonderful information on the CVB. You can learn more by going to visitlakecounty.org and find out what the attractions are, what special events are going to be occurring over the summer, where they're located, costs associated with them. And again, please remember to try to act like a tourist yourself and take advantage of everything we have in Lake County. Thank you all for coming here this morning and for participating in our breakfast.